Could you tell us your craziest sexual experience you remember from your life?
Myself and my friend, we had 5 African girls that we took from the disco. So we stayed with them for a week and they all had babies.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg!
My friend Tommy was a huge surprise to me. When you hear that your friend's boyfriend is doing a movie premiere, especially at a small theater in Toronto, you're gonna think it sucks. I was just down for the drinks and to wear a suit, but it was the best movie I've seen this year.
Welcome back to another episode of Nem's World Uncut, brought to you by Content Day. Today we have a very special episode. We have a very honorary guest, one of my best friends, Tommy Lee here, the original. Tommy is a very close friend of mine, so close that my very first feature film, which is a documentary, is about him and his life. When I met Tommy, he was almost 40 years old and he was a real life virgin, a real life 40-year-old virgin. And basically this episode is talking about his life, what our film is about, because when I met him in university, he pretty much didn't have many adult skills.
Yes.
And it was his 5th degree. And soon enough, I realized that Tommy still had a curfew with his parents at the age of 35, his born-again Christian Korean parents. He had never cooked a meal in his life. He had never, you never cleaned your room.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Your mom does everything.
Yeah.
He'd never been on a date, never cooked an omelet, wasn't even allowed his own bank account. And basically the film is us taking Tommy on a cross-continental quest of self-discovery and adulthood challenges in every major city in America. And through that, he has a crash course of adulthood.
This is my friend Tommy. He looks like your average 40-year-old guy. He works hard, he likes sports, and has big dreams. But there's something you should know about him. Something that stands out. My name's Nem. I'm Tommy's best friend, a former ball player turned comedian. We're pretty different people. And at 40 years old, there's a lot Tommy has not experienced.
I am a virgin, and I've never ever went out on a date before or kissed a girl before.
Really pissing me off, the curfew, and I always have to call my mom to make sure that I'm okay.
Is that grams? Oz.
Ounces.
Sometimes there's female ejaculation.
I'm a full-grown adult, and I want to do this.
Are you dating?
Not currently.
The pants need to go.
Really?
Today we're doing Tommy's makeover when he finds out they're waxing his balls.
We decided to take Tommy on an epic quest across the nation to rediscover his adulthood.
Hi, I'm Lisa Ann, and I support Tommy on his quest.
First time I'm trying to pick up a girl. Doing a party this Sunday night is, keep in touch. Stupid. I don't want to tell this to them, but I don't know if I can get laid.
Why are you so afraid? What are you afraid of?
Is this about me losing my virginity, or is it about something else?
Wait, yo, I'm gonna catch today.
Let's get out of here.
Do you really want what's best for me, or do you just best for you?
Just like in his little bubble, and he's afraid of everything, and we're trying to help him.
Right now, you don't have control of your life in any aspect.
You guys aren't listening.
You've never cooked, you've never cleaned, you live with your parents, they pay your bills.
Tommy!
I want an answer right now, man. What's going on?
I just want the best for both of us. Imagine this never happened. Where would you be?
Like you want, like you,
Like this?
like keep this, yeah, if you can keep that on and then like that.
Oh.
welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's an
Yeah.
honor to be on the show. Thank you.
We're gonna get deep into it today. I mean, we're talking about our movie. Our movie's out. You know, we're gonna get to that where you can watch it. But it's been a long time coming. It's been it's been 9 years. We've been doing this movie, stop and go. Movies take a long time to make, but they also cost as much as houses. So, you know, us being students and me meeting this guy, he was like, help me with the ladies, bro. So basically I had to, you know, get a chunk of funding, pause, start a music career, get another chunk of funding, shoot, pause. And it was also your life hanging on a thread. So I don't know if you want to talk about that briefly, like what this journey's been like. A 9-year span of somebody doing a movie about your life.
Yeah, I don't want to take forever for you guys because I know you three have things to do. But yeah, man, I have to say though, it was the best experience I could have. Definitely let me just progress through it. It was like a journey, like you said, 9 years of filming. So yeah, it was, you know, got to just learn so much about life. And then that's how this person I am now. So yeah, I gotta thank you for that.
It's finally done, brother.
Oh my God.
It's finally done, bro.
That took forever.
Do you know the biggest minority group in the world? Do you know what it is?
Asian people.
Adults that have never had sex. That's the biggest minority group.
There is such a thing?
Virgins are the biggest minority group in the world?
Yes.
Fuck me, no way.
Do you know the percentages?
I'm gonna say like low 7%.
Hey, that's a good call, McLean, because it's 5% North Americans, 10% Asians.
Wow. I thought they were mainly into tentacle porn in Asia.
38% of adults 18 to 24 globally are virgins.
Okay.
And it's a rapidly growing number because everybody's, you know, losing human contact. You know, we're losing that face-to-face connection. So it's a rapidly growing, I don't want to call it an epidemic, but it's happening.
Okay, interesting.
Would you say my friend looks like a virgin, or would you guess? What do you think?
Nah, man. I seen like weird dudes, ugly dudes, just as much as I seen like ugly chicks, girls that like guys would say, I'll never touch that, and like it's not true, you know? Anybody can catch it.
So tell us a little bit about your upbringing, because when somebody sees this, like a real life 40-year-old virgin, it's kind of like a taboo thing. People think of Steve Carell. People think of like, oh, is that a thing? How is he still a virgin type of thing? Tell us a little bit about your upbringing, because I did mention like you grew up with born-again Christian Korean parents. You were kind of like suppressed, I guess, to a degree, and pampered to a degree. Yeah. I mean, I can say that because we're boys, but tell us a little bit about what that upbringing was like for you.
Yeah, like being, you know, with born-again Christian parents and a brother who's also very like high on the Christian faith. It was very like, you know, middle-class family, just got, you know, basically was like study hard, graduate from high school, graduate from university, get a great job, get a great family, and that's it. Just believe in God and everything will take care of itself, which was also, which I was fine with at that time, but I never got to like experience other stuff that, you know, like the dating, the partying, you know, just being like more social events. And it wasn't just totally because, you know, I was with the family that was born again Christian. I kind of did that to myself too. I was quiet, shy when I was younger.
You didn't really rebel?
No, didn't rebel at all. Like the worst thing I did was getting 60% on my exam.
We've been there.
Yeah, that was the worst I've
We're
ever
all
done.
immigrants here.
Yeah. So like,
I've done worse.
Nice, Marco.
I failed things.
You get the belt? Did you get the belt?
No. I don't want to say it live.
You get the flip flop?
It was. Let's just say one thing. It wasn't like what this generation has to go through. Where it's go to your room. I'm going to take your phone. No, how more worse, harsher than that. So
immigrant parents.
But yeah, like loving parents.
Look at everybody's face, eh? Fuck.
It brings us back.
Shit.
Childhood
PTS
trauma.
Fucking D. Everybody just was like,
old school, man. It was old school.
Yeah, I know.
But you talk a little bit about Korean culture, because if you talk about Korea and let's say Japan, it's very distinct. There's a lot of shame involved to so many things, right? Mm-hmm. And it's the further east you go. Me and Mirko are from Eastern Europe. You know, Steve's from Guyana. Mm-hmm. Like your parents expect you to be very successful in certain regards, right?
Yeah.
You got to be a doctor, you got to be an engineer, you got to be a lawyer, you got to have show honor to the family. But when you get to like East Asia, that shit's like to the extreme, and it's always been that way. Yeah. So I know there's the suicide rates of people in Korea and in Japan are extremely high. And now we're kind of splitting culture where, especially in Korea, they're having a little bit of a renaissance with like K-pop and a different kind of like sexuality is becoming more open, but like there's still this very conservative culture of like honoring your family and listening to what your parents say into old age. So you could talk about that, but that's even without the Christian element. So when you add the Christian element, it's like
very tough. And yeah, once again, like loving family. I once again like love my parents, my brother, best family I could have. But you're right. Like in the beginning, my parents having a brother, they won the lottery with this guy. Having a brother that doesn't rebel, doesn't drink, doesn't do drugs, doesn't even drink coffee.
No coffee.
Became a doctor. Golden child, right?
Yeah.
And then how can I live up to this billing, right?
Yeah.
Fortunately, through human nature, if you're Korean parents, now you want the younger to be exactly like the older or better.
Yeah.
So now my mom.
Worse pressure.
Worse pressure, like Steve knows. So now, like my mom's like, hey, now you can be a lawyer.
Yeah.
And they do want the best, Asian parents. It's like all parents. But indirectly, they want to brag to their other friends now. Oh, I got two sons, one's a doctor, one's a lawyer.
Yeah, definitely.
And
so it was just basically, and my dad hates sports.
Well, we're going to get to that. Tommy's an honor sports personality. He's got his own channel. So we'll get to that.
We'll get to that. But I just want to bring that sports in because I wanted to join sports teams in high school. And my dad did not want me that. He just wanted me to study, which I kind of want to disagree with, right? You got to let your kid do your thing.
Yeah.
You can't just make him, which, kind of like, we didn't have a good relationship because of that. But I kind of understand now at my age why he was doing that, but very strict, very strict upbringing. Literally, they were scared I wouldn't graduate from university. I actually did not want to go to Brock University.
Lo and behold, he has 5 degrees now.
Yep.
He has 5.
So
5 degrees.
5 degrees, and can we name all the degrees?
Name the degrees. Let's go. Roll the music. Roll the music.
Oh, there's music. Political science, tourism.
Hold on. Look at the camera when you do it.
My fault. Political science.
I gotta do it. The 3, 2, 1 music. 3, 2, 1.
Political science, tourism, history, radio, television, Ryerson, and 2-year college diploma, hotel restaurant management, Niagara College.
Okay.
That's
all right.
Crazy. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah, so going from my mom saying, I'm so scared, telling my older brother, your younger brother's not going to university, we're going to be like the black sheep of the Korean community. Now, I got 5 now. And now my mom's like, you wasted your money with 5 degrees, go figure that one, right? Go figure that one.
Never good enough.
Never good enough.
Well, I met him on his 4th or 5th degree. I met you on your last degree.
Last degree.
Where you went to the best TV school in quote unquote Canada, top 3 in North America for TV and film.
Yep.
Ryerson's RTA program, radio television arts program. I was there for screenwriting and directing. He was there for sportscasting. And
That's where you guys met?
Yeah, you were gonna ask us.
What was the first time you met this guy?
So I met this guy. So I transferred from the States. I played Division I ball. I transferred to Ryerson, or whatever the fuck you guys want to call it now. It's
TMU.
Ryerson to me. I'm sorry, TMU. Bro, they also changed the name from the sports team from Rams to the Bold.
What?
Yeah, it's called TMU Bold.
Hurts my feelings.
It's not Ryerson. Okay, they changed the name. That's weird. I get it. The guy did some fucked up shit. Sign of the times. You could just put an asterisk beside the name Ryerson. It's like, yeah, he did residential schools. The name's the name, whatever. That's my opinion. It doesn't matter. But changing it from the Rams to the Bold, bro?
Could have been the Rams.
What the fuck is that, bro? Bold, bro. I went to the Manami the other day.
Time out. Bold?
Just Bold. Go Bold! Do you have any advice for any adult virgins out there?
Definitely, like when you have your shit together as an adult, I'm way more willing to fuck you. If you're still a child inside the body of like a 30-year-old, no. Do your own laundry, clean your own house, learn how to cook. Yeah.
So what would you say to a man that's maybe 40 years old and has never had sex?
I feel sorry for him
Would you give him any advice if he wanted to?
To better hurry up and find a woman to have sex with. He's gonna give a new dimension to his life. Naturally, very important. Socially, yes, also. Religiously, I'm not sure.
Wait till you meet the right person.
You do you. Whatever makes you happy. If you're okay being a virgin, then like that's fine. If you want to change that, then I think the best thing to do is just like try and meet more people. And I mean, don't make that the defining factor of yourself if you want that to change. Like you're a human outside of your virginity.
So I would say go out more, have some more of those experience with people where you might find somebody that you genuinely like, and the more people you meet, the more experiences you'll have, and more likely you'll be to have that experience.
Get yourself out there and try to meet new people and just be as authentic as you can and a good person. And I'm sure you'll hopefully find someone soon. Be wild and audacious.
Any advice to fellow virgins? I've heard that confidence is key from most of my female friends that are looking for a guy to sleep with. So I'd say that's it.
You just gotta do it. Oh, you just have to go out there, find a biddy, and finish the job.
You heard it here first, folks. Just do it.
So basically, I met this guy, Ryerson, TMU, whatever you want to call it. I thought this guy was a professor because he was older. I was like, okay, I transfer here. I see him making an announcement. He's like, hey guys, we're doing karaoke at the student bar tonight, 8 p.m. I'm like, oh cool, he's like a teaching assistant or something. I like go to the waterfront, it's literally a scene in a movie. I'm like going to the waterfront, I'm fucking 6'9", bent over, like fucking drinking water. They're like, trying to get this, like, you know those waterfronts that barely spit water? I'm like, oh my.
It's like this tall
He's
for
like,
you.
hey bro. I'm like, I turn around, I see this guy, like, hey, how you doing? I was gonna call him sir. And I'm just like, how's it going? And he's like, oh, do you play for the Rams? I'm like, yeah. He's like, were you the guy that like transferred from the States? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yo, I love basketball. It's my favorite sport. I'm like, oh, dope, man. Yeah, that's sick. Are you a professor?
Is this accurate?
Yeah, it's
like,
okay, you got it.
Are you a professor here or a TA? He's like, oh, no, first year student. I'm like, oh, okay,
That's
cool.
true.
The guy's getting his education a bit later. That's dope. Like, and then we started hanging out, and we started like, and this guy was the nicest human being I've ever met in my life.
Sick.
He was always helping people with projects. This guy would cross the street to shake people's hands to meet them. Like, he was like a rock star on campus, but he was so nice that I didn't trust him. I was just like, this guy's way too nice.
He's like our type of guy, but that doesn't make sense.
I didn't know. I was like,
refuse.
something might be off here. I don't know if this guy like sacrifices goats on Wednesdays or if he's like a pedophile or something, because he's way too nice. So I was just like,
serial killer.
Yeah, like I don't know if he's a serial killer. He's like, hey man, how you doing? Like literally shaking hands with everybody, and I'm just like, yo, what's good, bro? Like, but that's where we connected. Yeah. You can talk about how we connected over basketball. What I showed you, like.
But yo, stop. You knew. You hear what he said to this guy when you met him, eh? Oh, he played for the Rams, did it?
Yeah.
You knew this guy was a star,
like
right?
6'9". He had and then you correct me if I'm wrong. He had like I think the Ryerson jacket on.
Yeah,
so I knew he was on the sports
tracksuit shit. Yeah.
That was a super jock.
You didn't like have research done before you walked up to him. You
guy's
didn't like
6'9", man.
Super jock.
Okay, but you knew that like based on that story, you're the one that got transferred. So did you know he played for other colleges before that? Did you do some research?
That I did. Well, them told me right there.
Yeah.
He told you right
he
there.
He said
yeah?
from Chicago State, and then he went to
Well,
Tennessee.
no, I transferred from Tennessee Temple.
Yeah,
and then I redshirted, worked out with the Bulls. Shit got wobbly. Shit got weird. I was supposed to go to Sweden. Team went bankrupt. I was like, fuck it, I'll go back to school. Ryerson was like, please come here, we're building pros. I was like, all right, I gotta finish my film and TV degree.
But like, gotta say, them like such a nice person, a nice athlete, like one of the nicest athletes there. Because like I was cool with like most of the athletes there, including the men's basketball team. I was cool with most of them, right?
Yeah.
But you got those that are just like, yo, I'm on the university team, man. I'm the boss.
I don't even want to get started on that.
And I'm thinking, bro, like you're not even in Division III in the States. Are you walking around like you're the shit, man? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what are you? Anyway,
but basically we connected over basketball. So I showed him like a Partizan, Red Star, Yugoslavian, Serbian basketball culture, me being a ball player. That was your favorite sport. You always
I wanted to make, I got cut 5 times from Brock, because I went to Brock for like 3 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So I got cut from the team like 5 times. Like this was not good enough. But
you tried out for the team?
5 times. I got
basketball
cut.
team?
Yeah, I got cut 5 times.
So good for you.
And then the varsity guys see me practicing like every day.
Yeah.
The Brock team, and they're like so impressed by that. They're like giving me tips, Tom. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. You gotta do that, right? And I'm just practicing every day. And then I go and I compete against them. They just wipe the floor with me, man. Like nothing.
Yeah. That's what you do.
So I mean, but like they were so nice. But that's how we got the connection, because I always wanted to be a basketball athlete. Big Allen Iverson fan, big Magic Johnson fan. But Iverson was the one that got me into basketball.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
So he's like my height. I used to do his crossovers. So I wanted to make the team so bad. Never could do it. And seeing a guy who's legit an athlete.
I thought Iverson was 6 feet.
I think he was shorter. It's like
He's
5'10".
5'10", yeah.
Listed 6.
Listed 6 feet. But that's how we made the connection. He's just
So basically, like, I found it fascinating that he was so interested, like, in basketball. And at the time, I'm a ball player. I was just working with the Bulls, Europe, all that stuff. I came back. I was injured. So I came into Ryerson, I blew out my back my very first practice back, and it was like the downhill end of my career. I didn't know at the time, but unfortunately it was. But I was still playing, I was still rehabbing, and I was hanging out with this guy. I'd see him every day at school. And he's like, yo, bro, are you guys practicing today? Like, what's going on? Like, so basically, like, we would have these computer labs. And we would all have the same assignments, right? And all the kids would like link up in the computer labs and stay up all night till like 5, 6 a.m. We had full 24-hour access with our key cards. Yeah. So we just used the best editing software. It's fucking film and TV school. So like you can use any computers editing program, whatever you want, at any time. So some of us are like, all night, just people are stepping out, smoking a joint, coming back in, drinking a beer, having a good time. Some people are watching YouTube videos, movies, cuddling. Girls live in dorms, but they come to the computer lab. And we're all there like 6 a.m., 7 a.m., just working or like chilling. And Tommy's always there because we'd meet up around like, I don't know, in the evening time, and people would just stay. So I'm like, okay, dope, I'm always there. And every night, Tommy would leave at 11 p.m. sharp.
Yep.
11 p.m. sharp. I'm like, yo, bro, like, we're just watching these crazy basketball videos of showing you Partizan and Red Star. And he's like, oh, I gotta go. And basically, I'm like, why do you always leave at 11 p.m. sharp? He's like, oh, well, Asian moms. I'm like, I'm sorry, man, I don't know. I'm like, how old are you, bro? And he's like, 26. 27,
I also lied about my age.
26.
You were lying about your age?
Yeah, I wasn't cool.
Why? Why did you feel like you had to lie about your
At
age?
that time.
Let me finish.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
Okay, go.
I asked him, like, how old are you? He's like, 26, 27, 26. And I'm like, all right, man. Have a good night, bro. And then we're like, we saw on Facebook, one of his old display pictures was grade 5 in like 1987 or something, or 88 or something. And everybody kind of knew at the time he's in his mid-30s, and nobody cared because everybody loved him. He's a rock star on campus. But then I realized, I started learning about his story, how he's still at a curfew at 35. He never was allowed to go out to parties. He always had to leave at 11 sharp. And I'm like, bro, what's going on? And then that's when I started realizing. And one day I was like, you're a virgin, aren't you? And he was like, no. I'm like,
how long did that take you? Like month after month of knowing him, 2 months, 3 months?
A few months of hanging out, like maybe 3-4 months.
Yeah.
I was just like, I popped the question. I was like, you're a virgin, aren't you? He's like, no. I'm like, okay, but we know you're like in your mid-30s. He's like, okay, I don't care about the virgin thing, just don't tell anybody my age. I'm like, everybody knows, bro. Nobody
the age
cares.
is more important to you?
I don't know what I was thinking.
You're still in your shell, bro.
Yeah.
How old were you when you lost your virginity?
11.
11 years old? Okay, and where was that?
My babysitter.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg!
Did you lose your virginity? Are you okay with sharing that?
Yep.
How old were you when you lost it?
Like 15, 16? I don't know.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for sharing.
It was me and a friend, and we were both virgins, and it was awkward and terrible.
Did a lot of hand stuff when I was younger with the girl that I was with, but I was like 19 when I actually like went in. It was almost like an out-of-body experience.
When I lost my virginity, I was 16. So I had no idea what I was doing, and I was scared, and I thought I was gonna have a heart attack.
I was about 21.
When did you first kiss a girl?
I think it was around that age too, bro. Not gonna lie.
When is the first time you watched porn?
Yo, mom, if you're watching, fuck. I think it was in grade 9, so what is that, like 13?
You think nutting brings some clarity?
Of course, post-nut clarity, that's the color, right?
So bursting the things makes the things move smooth, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right, bless.
But that's when I found out about the curfew, and that's kind of how we started talking. He's always like, help me with the ladies, bro. So help me with the ladies. I always say I didn't have issues with that at the time. So I was just like, all right, man, like here's a book, learn how to talk to people, let's go out. And that's how the initial idea kind of started.
Do you know what the book was that you gave him?
The game.
I gave you the game.
You gave him the game.
Were you thinking at that time, I'm gonna shoot a fucking movie?
No. I just wanted to help him generally because I gave him the game. People hate on the game. To be honest, it's a good understanding of like interaction for very timid men who don't have a lot of self-confidence. People can hate and say the pickup culture is toxic. There's toxic elements to it. Obviously, if you want to turn, talking to women into a game, there's a level of toxicity to that. But I gave it to him because he didn't really have a lot of self-confidence, but he was so confident in his own. You were really confident in certain regards.
Yeah.
Like, you come up to people and like interview people, and like that was really good. But that's how it started. And then I was like, listen, let's do a movie about you. Bro, he's always like, help me with the ladies. I'm like, all right, bro, like, why don't we shoot a movie and take you to spring break and, you lose your virginity.
Sick.
And that's how the first bro idea happened. But then when I found out about the Christian parents with the curfew, like he had never cooked. Then I found out you didn't even have your own bank account. You weren't allowed your own bank account. Yeah. That was like, okay, this is like way deeper than just sex and virginity. This is like, how do I help my boy like become an adult, find his adulthood? And that's what the movie's about. It's a road trip film of all our closest friends. We take them on an adventure across America, every city, new adult challenge. From cooking, first time, to like opening up his bank account, to picking up chicks for the first time, asking a girl out, and the first date of his life, leading up to sexuality. So there's so many facets to adulthood. And we did it in a way where it was like, it was healthy. All of our boys, Urosh and Andy, these are like good people, like all of us here, like spiritual guys, like good-hearted guys. And basically we take him and we helped you, and you could talk a little bit about it, like what this trip was about.
I find that it was definitely the best experience of my life, bar none. Got to learn a lot, especially not just through the challenges, but through like, friendships that we built. Like we call ourselves the Wolf Pack. And to this day, it's like friendships for life. Like, I mean, for example, if they burnt my house down or blew up my kitchen, I would still, be upset, but I would forgive them.
Yeah.
If I blew up burned that house down, blew up their kitchen, they'll be pissed at me for a while. But then
it's a very interesting analogy.
It's extreme, but I get it.
Yeah.
Is this a Korean thing? People blow each other's kitchens up like the Koreans?
Honestly, you remember Reggie Miller, the basketball player? His wife burnt his house down.
No way.
I don't think you guys knew this.
Still his wife?
Reggie Miller's wife burnt his house down. I don't know if Reggie Miller or if it was Andre Rison from the NFL, but one of their wives burnt their house down. So I got
Some
that
black
now.
guy.
It was Left Eye from TLC. She burnt on one of their houses too, yo.
Yeah, but
he burning on houses out there.
I don't know. I'm going off. I'm sorry, guys. But it was one of the best experiences ever. Man, I hope we can do it again. I learned a lot about myself, but I learned a lot about us. Like it was like them saying, right? It's not just was a quest for me to, get to date a girl and all that stuff. It was also about the bonding, soul searching. Myself becoming an adult, them, Andy, Meeks, Urosh, also in their own way, coming into their own as well. So we all got to experience probably, for me it was the best experience. I think for you guys it was too.
It was literally the kind of the main message of this film is you have to get out of your comfort zone to grow as a human being.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the biggest theme. And you can apply that to anything. People have come up to us, all walks of life, said, your movie made me think about my life and how I'm living in the comfort zone. And, the comfort zone is what kills you. And that's kind of, if you don't rise above your comfort and your comfort zone, you're never going to get to that next level. And that's what our film's about. It's also about, we're in a time of like toxic masculinity. It's also about guys being guys in a healthy way. Sure, there's I directed the movie kind of like a Seth Rogen, Key and Peele adventure, so it doesn't feel like a documentary. We got an original hip hop soundtrack with all the up and coming artists.
Soundtrack. Good movie.
Thank you.
Yeah, all the up and coming artists, Canada,
I'm
US,
not even being biased,
Europe,
you guys,
Asia.
it's us, whatever. I'm serious.
Thank you, man.
It was a good movie.
So it's hype, but it doesn't feel like a doc. But then the second half gets serious, and I wouldn't call it a comedy, but it's very funny. The first half is feels like a kind of like a blockbuster comedy narrative film, but it's just because we were so close, and I didn't expect my first film to be
a few
a documentary.
plot twists in there also.
Yeah, definitely.
So
Mirko, you were gonna ask him. You were gonna ask him a question.
Yeah, I was gonna.
What everybody wants to ask him, like why?
The question.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things that you touched upon about your parents, your upbringing, but like 35 is a long time, or 40. Like, do you like? Is there something like? Is there like a deeper reason you think that you like why you stayed a virgin? Like,
yeah, no, it's
without spoiling too much.
No, because like as Nem knows, and then I became friends with you guys later. Like basically, I was in like, I'm not blaming my parents either. I played a role in it too, or becoming from a Christian family, right? And you got like a tradition is basically like we said before, study hard, become a doctor, lawyer, and I don't want to spoil too much, right? But yeah, it was basically, and having no confidence in yourself, being 300 pounds. I was 300 pounds, high school senior. I still have a picture of that, and just having, once again, not blaming my family, but I didn't have that male role model, or even like a female role model tell me, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. This is what's gonna happen, in high school, in college. Just be prepared. I learned everything on my own. Everything that I learned to now is through my own. Like no one like held my hand. No one like.
Nobody at all held your hand.
I held your hand.
No, I meant you guys. You're asking before. Okay, you're asking before, right? Of course. I got you, man. But it was just I had no confidence in myself. I wasn't really, and I just didn't. I couldn't break out of my shell. I always like blamed others. About my life being like this instead of trying to like get out of that shell on my own. So yeah, just overweight, no confidence. No one was there like at that time before I met Nem. No one was there telling me you gotta get out of your shell. And I was just too lazy to get out of my shell, and I was too sensitive. Like I would care too much of what people thought about me.
Yeah, for sure.
So that played a big role, and then like. I'd always have in my mind, why would this beautiful girl, like the hottest girl in high school, want to ever even date me? There's no way. I had that thinking, and I really didn't have anyone to be like, you can get her. No one like that at that time. So yeah, just a bunch of. Once again, it's not just their fault; it's my fault too. I have to break out. Like if you're stuck in a shell, it takes yourself to get out of that shell. A lot of NBA legends like Kobe, Jordan would say that. I got to get out of this shell. Like no one's gonna take me out of this situation. So I was just, so basically, can I add one thing though about that experience, about the movie, sort of off topic, like so important, guys. When I came back from that trip, I tell this to them, the best thing I got was that the relationship between me and my family just got way better. My dad actually thought I got kidnapped or something. Like he thought, are you really my son or are you mutant? Like is my real son dead somewhere?
Can you give us a body count? It's all good.
Do you want a body count? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I mean, how many? Yeah, how many?
Like over 100, I'd say.
Okay. Would you change anything from your experience in the past?
Yeah, I'll probably keep that number down.
What has been the modest sexual thing you've done?
Oh man. I don't know. Work things. I can't talk about that.
Do you have a body count?
No, I'm not gonna answer.
What do you think the impact is on a man's mind if he doesn't have sex?
I don't think he will be acting as a natural, regular person. If sex wasn't a good part of our lives, maybe it would be something different, but not the sex we know.
If you hadn't had sex, how do you think you'd be different today?
I think my pipes would be more clogged, bro.
If you would like to share, how many times did you do it? If you'd like to share it.
No.
Awesome.
The guy experienced so much in a crash course of adulthood. 1 month adventure.
You take it you learned a lot about adulthood virginity, eh?
Yeah.
And that, like, if I can add that, if I want to, I can spill some tea now if you want. Like,
we'll get there.
All right.
What are you saying?
You learned a lot about adult virginity, eh? With this one.
Oh man, I learned too much. I've become the expert on adult virginity now. I didn't expect this. Did you know that 1 in 20 adults in North America is a virgin? Did you know that 1 in 10 adults in Pacific Asia is a virgin? No way. Well, now you know.
Dr. Stankovic?
Yes, I should have a PhD by now. So, like, obviously we spent almost 9 years making this. Stop and go because of funding, right? So, like, whenever I'm stopping, I'm like trying to get more funding, trying to learn more, and I start digging deep. And I'm like, okay, everybody knows about, like, 40-Year-Old Virgin, Steve Carell. Like, that was like a hit movie in 2004 or 5. I think it was 2005, right? And basically, it was really funny because it's funny to see like a 40-year-old guy that's a virgin, right? That's like, that never happens.
Fun fact, over 3% of Americans over the age of 25 are adult virgins, and there are many more worldwide. Teens are taking abstinence pledges wearing purity rings as a physical reminder of their vow. The number of involuntary virgin numbers are on a rapid rise due to isolating technology and social constructs. Some have been molded by cultural or religious conditioning. Others have formed communities of outrage. To many of us, it might sound drastic or even sadly comical, but this is actually a vast and diverse, closeted community of hundreds of millions. Many of these people just need an extra push to develop self-confidence and certain social skills. That's the category I think Tommy falls into. I've been documenting him for years leading up to this trip.
But I found out that this is the largest minority group in the world. And they're in the hundreds of millions. It's the only minority group that transcends race, gender, religion, nationality, geography, and it's got hundreds of subgroups within it. So we're dealing with hundreds of millions of people that are over 18, 19, that are virgins. You know, and you have so many subgroups of different groups that are like, some people choose to be virgins for religious reasons. Some people choose to be virgins for secular reasons. They're waiting for the right person. But it's about 1 in 20 people in North America is an adult virgin, and about 1 in 10 in Asia is an adult virgin. And wow. They're calling it an epidemic because it's rapid. The numbers are rapidly rising. And it's because most people are on their devices. They're losing the social skills, especially Gen Z now and the next generation.
More awkward.
Yeah, we're really good with devices and we're really good online. But like when it comes to like meeting somebody or like going on a date, that's kind of dissipating. A lot of people, like Tommy, when I met him, his self-confidence was with women was like really low. But then like his confidence with like his friends was like really high. So I was like trying to pull that out of him. And be like, yo, you can apply your regular day-to-day confidence to just talking to girls and like, you know, going on dates and things like that. So like basically like I learned so much. It's something crazy stat that I saw. I mean, we'll get to the stats. I'm gonna intercut, we're gonna do them, but it's like 38%, I think, globally of young people between 18 and 24 are virgins. So like this is like a massive chunk of the world's population, but the craziest thing is they're living in silence. And basically no one's talking about it and no one knows they exist. So every time we mention like virginity or adult virgin, people laugh because it's a taboo topic. But it's the most common thing. It's like they're among us.
Is that supposed to be a good thing though?
Well, it could be a good thing.
It depends on how they're mentally handling it.
Yeah, but good or bad, man, I just want to like destigmatize the conversation. Yeah. That's why we have these shirts with virgin on them to promote our movie. And it's such a common thing. 1 in 20 people in North America, 1 in 10 people in Asia. Nobody knows they exist. So we want to be kind of like the trailblazers about adult virginity. We didn't expect that this would happen in our lives. I never thought I'd be the adult virgin specialist guy. But we touch on it in the movie. What?
Doctor Virgin.
Dr. Stankovic.
Yeah, so like I didn't expect it, but like, yo, like I realized no one's talking about it and it's still taboo. And you know, minority groups are getting voices. And I'm just like, okay, let me give a voice to my boy who happens to be a virgin when we started shooting, and I'm just like, okay, let's represent this group, because you know who's getting the press? The incel movement. And the incel movement is like 0.0001% of the adult virgin community. They're the ones who like, they're really angry that they're not getting women, and they think they're better than everyone, but they don't know how to talk to a woman, and they're entitled, and they're like going around running people over. That guy killed people like a few years ago on Shepherd, was running people over because he was angry he couldn't get laid.
Tragedy.
Like fuck, like those are the people that are getting. You didn't hear about that guy who went around killing people because he couldn't get laid, like in a truck?
Yeah.
Young and Shepherd, like 4 or 5 years ago.
It was North York Center, Young and Finch.
Young and Finch, yeah. Yeah, dude was an incel, part of the incel movement. Can't get laid, hates the world, everyone's got to die.
I think he hated women in general,
yeah,
too. I think
it's
he was
like,
targeting women.
I'm sorry, brother, but that's not the way things work. There is a lot going on here. You got biological roles here, and I don't want to get into these, biological gender role topics, but basically, there's a way to talk to people. There's a way to communicate with men and women. There's a way to attract men and women. There's subconscious ways. We touch on it in the movie. You got to be confident. That's number one. And confidence is the most attractive thing women like. But basically, this is like the largest minority group in the world, and I just want to give a voice to them. You don't go to a bar and say, by the way, I'm a 48-year-old virgin, if you even go to bars. Like, you stay at home, and by that time you gave up. You're playing video games in your mom's basement, or you're living alone, and you gave up a long time ago because you think it's not possible for you, generally speaking. So I'm like, let's break the taboo. Let's destigmatize the conversation. Whether you're a virgin or not a virgin, it shouldn't be something like in high school they laugh. Like, they used to laugh at me because I lost my virginity late. And they're like, oh, this guy's still a virgin. And I was hiding it as an athlete. Like, oh, no, I fuck bare bitches. Like, I've been smashing, bro. It's like, that's like the dynamic. But like, even if you don't, bro, it's like, now I'm just like, yo, it's a beautiful thing to like experience something with somebody you care about. And even if it's not someone you care about, everything's an experience and everyone has their own timeline. So like, you shouldn't be judging anybody for that shit. That's a private matter at the end of the day, but if you want to talk about it, you shouldn't be judged.
Oh, I don't know how much time we have left.
We got time.
You want to share that thing? I don't know if you remember, I don't know if you were there, Mirko, at the LA Film Fest. I don't know if you came.
I didn't go to that, no.
There was a really good question. I don't know if you want to share it now, if you want me to share it. After the movie, the media was asking us questions. We're standing in front after the screening. And this guy, he was like, I don't know if you want to share, like, can I share what happened? Sure. He literally asked, he was the last guy to ask the question. It was the singular best question that was asked of all the movie festivals, because mostly be like, hey.
Okay, what was the question?
It was basically, he was like saying, like, why do you want to do this? Like, I think it's something like, why?
That's literally my next question. Why did you say yes to this?
Yeah.
That was my next question.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Segue. Why did you want to do this?
He did the work for you.
Yeah, and please correct me if I was wrong. You were there with me that day next to me. I was like saying, okay, someday I want to make sure that your kids, your grandkids, everyone in this theater, they'll be proud to like wear this virgin shirt. They'll be proud to say I'm a virgin. They won't be scared, or they won't have to hide it, be ashamed by being a virgin.
Yeah.
I remember like answering that, and then the guy was just nodding his head like, okay, and everyone was like, I think I got some claps from it. But that's so important that, long after we're gone, like, hopefully they'll be proud, like our grandkids, our kids will be walking down the hallway wearing this.
Yeah,
they don't have to be scared.
Whether you're a virgin or not, you should be proud of who you are. You shouldn't be judged for being a virgin or not a virgin, or your body count or whatever. Also, another thing I learned is virginity is usually a manifestation sometimes of bigger problems. Like, people grew up in very specific cultures or religions that didn't allow them to develop the social skills. Some people have different types of disabilities, mental, physical, and virginity is not the main thing. You being a virgin isn't the main thing. It's, oh, I never developed the social skills, or I never learned how to talk to men or women, or I never, or I have a disability, I didn't even know about, a lot of foreign parents, sometimes mental health is not like priority number one on the list. They don't even know what that is. So Virginity is something that's very common, extremely common. That's what I'm trying to say here. Adult virginity is extremely common, and it shouldn't be a taboo topic. And that's why we're here. That's kind of, I want to make a film about my friend and helping my friend. Why did you say yes to doing this trip, this movie?
No, it's great you brought that up, because at the film festival in LA that we were at, I remember someone asked me, like, why are you doing this? Like, what's this virgin shirt for? What's all this about? And I told them, hey, I want to make sure that your kids, your grandkids, everyone here who's going to have kids and grandkids, they will not be ashamed to walk down the hallway with this virgin shirt on. So, you know, all of our kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, they'll be proud to be a virgin. So that was the most important part about it.
Was that your initial thought when Nem proposed this movie to you, or is that something you learned along the way?
No, it was along the way. Initially, when Nem proposed, I was like, yeah, right. Are you joking, man? Like, yeah, you're really gonna want to do this movie? And Nem's like, yes. I remember he was like, we gotta do this. So I thought it was just one of his phases.
Yeah.
He's gonna move on to the next project, but he kept. I gotta give it to him,
yeah.
Guys. This guy's a go-getter. Kept pushing. Let's do this.
Because he was pushing like, help me with the ladies. Help me with the ladies. Help me. Yeah. I'm like, let's do a movie. Let's do a movie.
Gotta give this guy credit.
Like, let me help you by helping us, because you know I'm trying to be a filmmaker. You're trying to be an on-air personality. Let's get deep with your personal story.
I will have to dap you on that. This guy, go-getter. If it wasn't for his go-gettingness, I don't know if that's a word, this wouldn't have happened.
It is now.
So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good question. Huh?
Yeah. I mean, from that whole process, the whole journey too, like, what would you say was the most valuable lesson? Because you've learned so many skills in each city. What could you say is maybe what's one thing that stands out to you as something you've learned in this journey?
Okay, you guys can tell me another answer to give you guys, but I think that knows the best I learned. I don't want to sound bland with this answer to you, Mirko, but I'm being 100% honest. Like,
okay.
Family is just so important, because basically, before I left, me and my dad weren't really great. Before we left for the trip, it was better, but it wasn't great. Coming back, it was like, wow, like, man, like I told them this, told Nora, everyone, the wolf pack, that was the best lesson, like how important that family is, you know?
Right.
And there was a time where I just, I don't say it now, we can share it later, but off camera, I really just, I called my mom, broke down on the phone. So it was like, yeah, that's why I learned family. That's why my dad's like, is this a mutant son? Like, where's my real son? Why are you acting so nice to me now? Because, you know.
Because you went through some shit.
Yeah,
Did he say, why are you acting so nice? You were acting nice to him before.
Are you like a mutant? Is my other son dead somewhere? Like, who are you? Did you get kidnapped and they brought you here?
Yeah.
And then, you know, because I hug my dad, give him a kiss on the head.
Yeah.
Never did that.
Good for you.
Never did that. So
nice.
Family was so, I'm sorry if this is the wrong answer, but I'm just being honest.
That's a great answer.
That was the best, what I learned from the trip. And Nem and Nora and the Wolfpack, they're so proud every time I hear them.
Let's talk about the wildest, craziest things to happen on this trip in this film. What was the wildest and craziest moments on this trip in film for you? And then I'll say from my end.
How much can I say? I don't want to spoil it.
Don't spoil too much, but you know, pick
give
a few.
Little something.
Give us a little something. Give the viewers a little something, because this film is crazy. It's wild.
Crazy.
So much is happening. You've seen this guy change in real time, being challenged in real time.
Oh man, that Central Park, man, scariest fucking shit of my life.
So day number one, let me give context. Day number one, challenge number one, is get a girl's phone number by sunset. Central Park. We throw this guy with a whole camera crew, five friends, 5 camera crew people. It's like, you got to get a phone number by the end of the day.
Excuse me, guys. How's everything going today? I'm just wondering, are you here? Like, I'm not kind of lost right now. Are you guys New York City people, or? That was fucking awful. All right. This is stupid, man. Like, no one's gonna go for this shit, man. Excuse me, guys. Sort of, my name's Thomas. I'm new to New York City. Are you guys from New York City? Oh, okay. We're having a party this Sunday night. Do you guys want to come? A party? No? Okay. Okay, now, doing a party this Sunday night. If keep in touch, get a number or anything like that? They don't speak English. Fuck's sakes, man. They look like it. They're 15. Oh, no, it's not their mom. Fuck. So ridiculous. I can't. It's their mom. I can't. We're having a party this Sunday. If you guys want to come, do you guys have a number or anything? That's a good thing. Before you guys go, any other tip I can improve on? That was the first time I ever did this. So before you guys go, you can tell me any advice. What's like?
I don't know.
For context, you had never even told a girl in your life that you liked her.
Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely 100% true. I almost shat my pants, man, when he told me that.
It's like, the look on his face, it's like we asked him to murder someone.
Oh.
And like, it's like we asked him to like look someone in the eye while he like guts them with a knife or a machete. That's what he like reacted like.
Yeah. I literally like, I think to this day that was the one time I almost shot my pants, really shot my pants. I went up to the first one and I was like, hello. And she's just sitting there. She looks up at me like that. She had sunglasses on. At that time when she was looking right at me for a response, scariest moment of my life. And I almost shit my pants literally right there. I did not know what to tell her, what to say to her.
Damn.
That was a fucking, scariest, one of the scariest moments of my life, bar none.
Also one of the funniest moments of my life.
For you guys, yeah, that was one. I had one in Miami, that stripper who was like dancing on me. She thought I was some roasted coffee or something. She was like jumping on my balls so hard I thought she was gonna break it.
Oh,
I felt like she was grinding. She was thinking she was gonna make some Starbucks coffee with my nuts or something.
That bad?
Yeah, I was like, I thought she thought I was a fucking horse or something.
So for context, it was Tommy's first strip club. We hosted Gold Rush Miami.
Holy.
One of the biggest strip clubs in Miami.
Shout out to the Manor Mans. You know what it is with coffee. You wave in the club when I see I think that she looking her real. Wanna see us and you read up.
We also hosted 11 nightclub, which is the biggest club, and they don't even allow like video footage. And we went in with the crew, filmed everything. So this guy's the host of the strip club, and we're surrounded with dancers, like flies on shit. And I like whispered to the girl, I'm like, listen, like we're getting comped tonight. This is part of our film. Like, you guys go make money elsewhere.
Go hard.
Yeah, like don't worry about us unless you want to be on camera. And then like most of them like, fuck this shit, I'm out. But a bunch of them stayed and they wanted to like, they kept thinking that we're gonna spend, but they hooked us up with 2 Magnum bottles. What am I gonna fucking spend money on? I'm like,
drinks already.
Yeah, I don't need to spend money on strip. I'm not like, I think that was my 3rd time ever in a strip club. It's not really my scene, but like,
yeah, but it's not over there. You buy ones and shit and throw.
They hooked us up with everything.
It's so
promo.
Weird. Like here, you're throwing 20s, bro.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
I thought
over there they throw singles like dollars, like a dollar.
Yeah.
Bro, we had
$1.
The shit that happened.
Man, America, like fuck. I'm sorry.
I thought my balls fell off, man. I'll be honest. Weird. I thought my balls literally just.
Yeah, so
first of all, I don't throw nothing. I just let you know.
He got his first lap dance. That's what he's talking about.
Oh my god.
And we hosted the strip club. We hosted the nightclub. So much crazy shit happened on this trip in this film, and I'm excited for you guys to see it. It's very funny.
Can I share one
it's
more
very
note?
heartwarming.
Can I share one more note?
Yeah.
You guys burnt my clothes. That was funny.
Who burnt your clothes?
You guys took my clothes and you burnt it. Remember?
What? Oh yeah, because he had this librarian outfit that we had to like fucking. We did a makeover. This guy had a complete makeover. He was walking around like he was chaperoning a school field trip. Like
the world, you guys will love this movie.
Yeah, you'll see.
You, bro.
We did a ritual. We burnt his old clothes.
Did that make it into the film?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember.
This is the main part.
It's a well-rounded movie.
Yeah.
It's not just one thing. That's what I think I noticed when I saw it. It had all.
It's got everything. Yeah.
Well, okay. So besides that, right? Outside of the identity of your family, right? Tell us who's Tommy. Who are you, man? Who's Tommy? Tell the people.
It's a good question. Man, it's one of the best questions ever, man. I gotta tap you guys on that. I'll try to give the best answer as possible. Tommy outside the identity, just a carefree, loving guy who just wants to get to know people and just wants to get to know the person. And I'm not there to get to know the person because I want something from you.
Right.
I just want to get to meet people, get to know people, their cultures, their likes, dislikes, what they are, honest to goodness.
No angles.
That's what I want to do, and I just from that, I'm very nice. I'll admit it. I'm not trying to brag. You guys know I'm just being realistic. I'm very nice.
You are very.
Sometimes, like I've had in the past, where people take advantage of that.
Because you're too nice.
Yeah.
If that's even a thing.
I was like, I gotta try to learn that, but that's who I am. I just want to meet people, get to know them. Sing karaoke. Learn about everyone's past, their likes, dislikes, their cultures. That's me. I'm not there to I'm not there to try to get something from people. I'm there to just welcome people. Like this guy does, like you guys do.
Some Guyanese Chinese food.
He's a very cultured man. I mean, we travel the whole world with premieres of this film. We did our world premiere in Dances with Films, Chinese theater in Hollywood. We did people. I'm walking down the street with this guy in LA. People are like, yo, Tommy. I'm like, this guy's not famous yet. They know him everywhere. We walked down the street. We did our Canadian premiere in Toronto. 400-person standing ovation. I was blown away.
LA knows, man.
You guys were there.
LA knows.
Toronto was the craziest
Shout out to Toronto, man.
Hometown crowd. 400 people there, sold out. I was like,
theater was packed.
Dude, I was blown away by the reaction. And it was heartwarming, and then we did the party, and then we did our European premiere in Belgrade Doc Fest. We won that festival. We were on a media blitz. The whole country was talking about it. We were doing national TV every morning. This guy had a translator in his ear. He was drinking rakia every night, fucking eating chivapi.
Thank you. I love Serbia and chivapis.
Beautiful.
He wants to move to Belgrade now.
Please.
Yeah, he just
shout out to Serbia and Belgrade.
Yeah, he's a Balkan man deep down. But then we did our Italian premiere in Sant'Arcangelo.
My friend Tommy crew, we're in Italy and we're on our way to Not Film Festival.
Well, we're standing in front of the Vatican. Yes, Not Film Festival. Thank you for accepting us. Can't wait. Yo.
It was a small, intimate festival, but even there, people are coming up to me. It's I'm not a virgin, but your film makes me want to get out of my comfort zone to grow as a person. Thank you so much for making it. And
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, thanks, bro. And no, seriously, thank you.
Expect this movie, what's in it.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna expect.
Shout out to Italy.
Yeah, shout out to the world, man. Shout out to everybody that showed love to our film.
Italy for sure.
And LA and the world, and
But yeah, I was gonna say we touched in the film your dream is to be an on-air sports personality, which you're living. You have your own channel. What's your channel?
Tea Time with Tommy, Instagram at Tea Time with Tommy 1.
Nice. Tea Time with Tommy. So Tommy's interviewed some of the biggest athletes in the world. You've interviewed Chris Bosh.
Kawhi was the best
Kawhi
one.
Leonard.
Kawhi was my best one.
He's interviewed Austin Matthews.
Dana White was also
Dana White. Talked shit about him on ESPN.
He talked shit about me.
Yeah. He talked shit about you.
Yeah.
The next day. But tell us about this guy made Kawhi laugh before the Kawhi laugh went viral. 2 years before.
Check it out on YouTube, guys, on Tea Time with Tommy. But yeah, Kawhi, this guy, man, no one was around at All-Star 2016. No one was around his area because each NBA superstar had their own area, the All-Star. So Curry had his, Kobe had his, LeBron had his, and then there's Kawhi. So I told my crew, let's find the area where no one's around, and we'll go interview this NBA player. No one was around this area, so I was like, okay, let's go there. I felt it was Kawhi Leonard's area. This time he was with the San Antonio Spurs. He was an NBA champion with them, 2014. And I went up to him, and now I knew exactly why no one was around this guy's area. His answers were very bland, very short. It seemed very like I don't want to talk to you guys type of manner. So I went up to him. I'm like, hey, Kawhi, Drake, he's their global ambassador for Toronto Raptors. You have a favorite Drake song? And he's like, no, I don't have one. I'll get back to you on that. And he just turns his head, away from me. So I was just so cheese at this guy. I'm like, oh, you want to play this game, eh, Kawhi? All right. You want to play this? Okay, cool. So I was just like, well, my favorite song's Hotline Bling.
Yeah.
And then he's like this. He turns around. He's like, what, you want that to be my favorite song? And that's when he's like, bruh. That's where he had to laugh.
That's iconic, bro.
And then I found out later on, when he won the title with us, I watched his documentaries. That's him. He's not trying to be rude to the media. It's just how he is.
He's just a robot. He's AI.
That's who he is.
He's artificial intelligence.
Circle back to the Dana White thing quick.
Oh yeah.
Dana White real quickly.
Dana White. Talk shit about one of us like
this
that.
man was talked shit about on ESPN radio.
I was shit on by Dana White.
White's a shit talker though.
I love Dana White though. I have no.
He's okay.
I love the guy. I'm glad he did that. But I was this is when I was the show was called Tommy Lee Raw, and them called it. This is when I was raw. I didn't give a fuck, right? So I go to the UFC, I get the media passes, right? It's 196 John Jones versus Gustafsson. I don't know if anyone of you guys are UFC fans, but that was the main event.
Not really.
And I was there. We were going around interviewing UFC fighters, and Dana White, just all the biggest MMA journalists, Ariel Helwani, Showdown Joe, everyone was there around Dana White. And here's me from Ryerson. Fuck, no one knows Ryerson Television. The fuck
Go bold.
And then I was like, hey, Dana, in front of everybody, right? I was like, so, I heard you're good with the ladies, and I'm wondering if you can give me tips on how to date women and lose weight. And he just looks at me. There's a clip you guys can see. I edited it on the thing. This is why I love Canadian media. Gets up, turns his chair, looks right at me. He's like, all right, what do you got, man? What was it again? I said, yeah, I see you're good with the ladies, and, and then, you're in shape. So you get any tips how to get ladies and then lose weight? He's like, where do you think I'm good with the ladies, man? Where did this come from? And then and everyone's laughing. Helwani, Showdown Joe, all the big MMA journalists are laughing their asses off, right? Yeah. And then it's like, where do you get this? I'm a ladies man. I'm like, I see you with Ronda Rousey. So now me and Ronda are an item? And then I'm like, I mean, you're really good.
So he was getting irritated, you're saying?
No, he was having fun with it.
Oh, he was just playing around.
Oh, he was having fun. And then he's literally,
okay, good. That's
Dana
nice.
White is such a G. He looks at me and he's like, sorry, man. Can't help you with that. Good luck. Yeah. Right? So I'm like, oh, thanks so much, Dana. And he's like, no problem. He was laughing about it. Right. Next day, I find out on ESPN, right? This guy, I forgot his name. He's a really good reporter for ESPN. He asked Dana White, what was the stupidest question you ever asked? And Dana White's like, it happened yesterday. Some guy asked me how to date women and lose weight. And I was like, bro, I wasn't upset at that.
He didn't even tag you.
I didn't even care.
You know what's amazing about this guy?
I love Dana. I love you, Dana White. You're awesome.
This guy goes
I don't really like him.
No, man, he's cool.
Is he?
This guy goes to all the events. This is what's amazing about him. He gets the press passes. You got all the biggest sports journalists in the world. What do you think about next season? Are you guys how do you feel about coming into this season? And this guy's like, hey, y'all, my mom says I'm fat. Do you have any dating advice? What's your favorite Drake song? He is literally the Korean Nardwuar of sports.
There's this legendary UFC fighter. I wish I knew this guy's name. I asked him that, actually. Hey, can I be, can you help me get in shape so I can date better? This guy was losing his mind. That's UFC. He's a legend. I forgot his name. Just laughing his ass off, man.
Yeah, but they're used to these questions well, what do you have to say about the decision to trade? And these boring ass questions. And then they're regular answers yeah, we came in strong this season. We got to come out strong. Preseason coming up, but sports can't live. And this guy's like, hey, you mind helping me with the ladies? And that's what I fucking love about this guy's reporting, because he gets them out of their head, out of the autopilot, and people are like, wait, what?
Yo, LaMarcus Aldridge and Dwayne Wade were laughing their asses
He
off.
interviewed
Mike
LaMarcus
Price's.
Aldridge and Dwayne Wade too.
Well, I told LaMarcus Aldridge, you know what, a Timbit and a double-double is from Tim Hortons. Like, no, man, can you get me some? Like, yeah, I'll come to your apartment. He's like, don't do that, man. That's LaMarcus Aldridge, man. And then Dwayne Wade's like, yo, what's he looks right at me. What's a Timbit? What is that? I'm so curious, man. What is that, right? So, like, I mean, yeah.
But then you had a nice Timmy's conversation with Chris Bosh.
Yo, I asked him about that. Yo, you gotta tell your, all these NBA players about Tim Hortons double-double. It's like, Chris Bosh, like, yeah, bro. He's just reminiscing about his Raptors days. I miss Timmy's. Yeah, I gotta go to Timmy's. Yeah, like
shout out to Timmy's.
Shout out to
Timmy's and Chris Bosh, man.
Logos.
Shout out to Chris Bosh.
Bro, man, I messed up with DeRozan too, man. Like I told him, this is your first time in the All-Star game. He said, no, it's my second time. I messed that up, but all great, man.
You've done so much. Like you've interviewed some of the biggest athletes in the world. Like, what is your ultimate goal and dream with the sports? And how did you develop this dream? Like, where does it come from?
Oh man, like I don't know if you guys know the great Cabral Richards, Cabby on the Street. I don't know if you guys know him.
Shout out Cabby.
Oh yeah, all right.
Cabby.
He's one of my all-time favorites. He got me into this. So I want to do something like he does. Go around street interviews. But I got the podcast. My dream is to get my podcast where I can retire and just do interview athletes on my podcast. So that's my dream. That's my goal.
On the streets?
On the street.
Cabby on the street.
Yeah. He used to come into the club all the time.
Yeah, bro.
Remember?
Yeah, that's when we became buddies.
Cool. Yeah, he was cool.
We almost got him in the movie.
Yeah, shout out to Cabby.
Yeah, shout out Cabby, bro.
But yeah, and I told him I saw him on the street a couple weeks ago.
Cool guy.
So he's wishing us the best too. But yeah, man, like I just want to get tea time, get to interview athletes, just have a ball, man. Like you guys are doing here. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna give you guys credit with this. So great job.
This guy dropped 300 videos during the pandemic.
Amazing.
Beast mode.
Bro, it's going hard, man.
No marketing, nothing, not even views on big names, nothing. He just keeps going, and that's what you got to keep doing.
Oh, well, you guys inspire me. Look what you guys are doing. It's amazing here in Nem's World.
Just gotta keep posting.
So on content.
I'm proud of you, bro. Like legit proud of you. Like
came a long way, bro.
Yeah.
Got to keep going though, right? Just like you guys are doing right now. So yeah, thank you guys.
Thank God for that water fountain.
The what?
The water fountain where you guys met.
Oh yeah. That's right, the water fountain.
The water fountain.
Do you play for the Rams?
Ryerson RTA.
Or do you play for the Blue? Sorry, the Bold. Do you play for the Bold?
Water fountain.
You were gonna ask him a question?
Yeah. Dream girl. Looks, personality, values.
Okay.
Describe your dream girl.
We gotta know. Right. We need to know.
I already know what his dream girl is.
But people are gonna be like, I'm superficial in a way. But
no, you're not. You have a type. Everybody's got a type.
Tall, 6'4", volleyball athlete.
So down 6'4"?
Yeah, I like tall girls.
Serbia.
Yo, I want girls to like
Serbia.
just like.
So what if she's like 6'2"?
I want them to like.
Tommy
mess with
has
me, man,
a giant woman fetish.
Yeah.
So she's like 6'3".
Voluptuous
I
volleyball
want my
players.
girlfriend to rough me up, man. I don't
wanna
want
just pick
yeah,
her up?
man.
Okay.
Give me the bear hug and like throw me down,
Slap
that's
the
what I
shit out of
want.
you,
Yeah,
slap it
exactly. That's what I want, man.
Okay,
That's what I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had one who was on my podcast.
Yeah.
I'm not out of privacy. I'm not going to release her
she pick you
name.
up?
She's on the.
Don't tell us what happened.
Yeah, so I emailed her for a coffee date twice and she didn't respond.
Okay.
Because you emailed her for a coffee date.
This guy,
You should have emailed her and
had her
said,
on
yo.
a podcast and he emails her for a coffee date.
Yo, no.
Whatever, man. You move on.
Why didn't you tell her the truth though? You should have told her what you wanted. You would have probably got a better response if you said, yo, I need you to slap the shit out of me on the fucking bed.
You
would have got a response. She would have might have said, fuck you, hey, but you would have got a response. Or she would have said, hey, I'll see you at 7, bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm coming over here tonight. Be ready. I'm coming,
motherfucker. The movie makes it big, then I can say something like that. But right there, she's a celebrity. I'm just working on Good Life at that time. What edge do I have over that?
It don't matter. You never know.
Yeah, you're freaking.
What if nobody was ever brave enough to come to her like that ever?
Bro, yeah, man. I mean, an email, because I had her email, right, at that time, man.
If I emailed her, it would have been the other way around. Like, yo, come over. I want to slap this shit out. No, I'm just kidding.
Bro, she's like pretty big.
I'm joking, man. Fuck.
Dude, I DM'd her, invited her to our screening in Toronto. I DM'd her, and she didn't see it because she's probably getting 5,000 DMs from
100%
from horny men all over Canada. So anyways, yeah.
No, but 6'4", voluptuous.
Ladies, you heard him. You want to slap Tommy around?
6'4" voluptuous ladies.
If you're 6'4", you're voluptuous.
I will treat them with like royalty.
And you can pick him up.
I'll treat them.
Give him a call.
Are you into like face sitting?
What's that?
What the fuck did that come from? You went like.
No. If on the first
Squashing?
dates, I will treat them so well.
I believe
on the
that. I
first
believe that.
Set of dates.
Don't want to
so.
spoil too much, but I've seen him talk to women.
Oh, face
Since
sitting.
the film.
That happened too to me.
Oh,
I'm not going to share too much, but yeah. Well, you know about it, man. You were there.
Wait, what's going on?
Release the files. Release the files. Release the files.
You were there on the face
Come on,
sitting.
you guys can do it. Tell us.
Does
You can
anyone
do
want to
this.
define face sitting for him?
I don't even know what that is.
Ass on face, right? Is that what it is?
When a woman sits on your face.
Yeah, it happened. You were there.
Where was I there?
It's your show. Do you want me to tell quick or no?
Where did a woman sit on your face? Oh, at the sex convention.
Sex expo, man.
Sex expo.
You guys
Sex
went to
expo.
a sex expo, man?
But obviously, it wasn't bare. It wasn't bare.
Bare ass.
It was.
She had
Did
booty
you get
shorts
invited
on.
to the sex expo?
Yeah, but it was
Yeah.
all
Didn't get
ass
invited to the
though,
sex
man.
expo?
No virgins lounge.
How come we didn't get invited to the sex
It was.
expo?
You remember?
We didn't know
You guys
you
remember
guys.
God ass?
Oh,
it was the God ass girls who did the splits on his face.
It was mostly ass though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just
But it was still
the only
ass-
thing
ass to
protecting
face.
her stuff was just the underwear, man. That was it.
Because you're savage.
There you go.
You made me lie on the ground and
I didn't
jump
make you
at-
do shit.
Oh, right. You didn't. Okay.
He's
Right.
like,
No, you're right.
let's go.
You asked me.
This guy
Let
said
me
you
rephrase
made
that.
me.
You asked me to lie
made me
down,
get on the
and
ground?
then
What the fuck did you do to this guy?
and then
I'm trying to broaden his horizons.
and then the girl did the splits on my face. Yeah, that's what happened.
How did it feel?
Yeah.
Felt good.
Yeah.
Felt good. Like
It was a long time ago. It was when we started shooting. Also, who did you meet that day?
yes, the Lisa Ann.
Yeah. Lisa Ann
Shout out
is
to
in
Lisa
our
Ann.
film.
Shout out to Lisa Ann. Congratulations.
Shout out to a legend.
Man, legend.
Also a sports personality.
Oh, I see. I check out her shows. Wow, they're really good.
Yeah, she's got her own
Damn,
podcast, sports
good for
podcast.
her. Good for her. But like, yeah, like, what I was say was it was a dominatrix that did that to me.
Yeah, there was that too.
It was a dominatrix that did the splits, and she's just boom right off my face.
Question
Yeah.
for you: is there anything I could have done better for you as a friend on this trip?
Nope, you did everything well, man. And I don't want to spoil too much stuff, man. But everything was perfectly. I couldn't ask for more.
There's a lot of this in the movie.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. We don't want to spoil it. But like, no, man. Like, you gave me the best experience ever. I thank you so much. And
So did you, man. You allowed us to travel the whole world telling your story,
did it
and I'm
together.
grateful for you,
We
brother.
did it together. I just want to say one thing, man. Wherever this movie goes, I'm forever gonna thank you for allowing me to explore the world. I think I wouldn't have if I didn't go through this journey.
You
with
wouldn't
you.
have.
No way.
No
I won't
way.
be sitting with you
Likewise.
guys here
Impossible you wouldn't have. if you
with the
never made
virgin
this
shirts
guy.
on. Wouldn't have happened. So I gotta thank you for that, bro. So tap that and
Straight
yes, man.
Love you, brother.
More adventures to come, though. We're not
Yeah,
done yet, but like
more
yeah.
to come.
Part 2.
Yeah.
So, did you end up losing your virginity?
Oh, you know, Mirko, you gotta watch the movie.
For real, man? Yeah, you can't.
There you have it.
Oh, man.
Watch the movie. Thank you guys for today. My friend Tommy is out in the United States on on-demand platforms like Apple TV, Amazon, YouTube Movies. Please, if you can, leave us good reviews. Leave us good reviews because we're fighting the system right now. We're fighting the Hollywood machine. This is a stigmatized group. It's a taboo topic. We're having a lot of troubles getting the movie out because nobody wants to touch the virgin topic. So if we get a lot of good reviews, 5-star, whatever, be honest, but like if we get good reviews, we are able to get the attention of bigger streamers and get this on a Netflix. But right now you can rent it and buy it on most of these platforms, Apple TV, Amazon, YouTube Movies, and yes, in the United States, we're working on a deal right now. Hopefully we get it on a streamer in Canada. It's gonna be out in different countries over the next year. So I'll keep you guys posted, keep tabs. Our Instagram is MFT Movie. You can keep tabs on us there. I'm Big Nem. Tommy, your channel, where people
Yes, it's at Tea Time with Tommy 1 on Instagram. Also, you can follow me at Tommy Lee Raw with 2 A's. So, yeah. And, yeah.
OG the legend.
OG the legend. Yeah. Don't follow me, man. I don't want nobody.
Don't follow me.
Yeah, I'm not looking for followers.
Mirko the actor.
You can if you want to, but I'm probably not gonna follow you.
Follow me instead. Don't follow him. Follow me.
Follow this guy. I even follow him.
But real quickly, guys, the movie is we have fun. Everything. It has a deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah.
That you guys have to watch. So yeah, I just want to add that one in there as well.
It's an exciting movie. It doesn't feel like a documentary. It's literally like Seth Rogen influenced with urban hip hop element mixed with Key and Peele mixed with a very heartwarming, socially conscious, heartwarming friendship film.
Wicked movie.
So it's a road trip adventure film for, discovering what masculinity and adulthood really means.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys check it out on those platforms and keep tabs on us.
Yeah.
Leave a review.
Watch this movie. It's a good movie. If you don't like it, follow me and I'll block you.
So that's his algorithm.
I'm joking.
All right, we're good?
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.